Welcome back inside the Now Morning Show, ladies and gentlemen. It's 24 minutes after 6 o'clock, and I told you guys this morning we're doing it in two parts, right? Fashion TT is here with us this morning, so of course we're going to be changing clothes quite often, and we're also going to be letting you know about the program that's going on with them. But aside from that, we're also taking this time on this fantastic Friday morning to celebrate Lutalo Musimba, Brother Resistance. And to do that, we take it in different parts, right? The first part is Resistance as a mentor. And this morning, to help discuss that a little bit and to tell us his experience with Resistance, I want to welcome Wendell Manwaran from Tricanal, Juve band leader, storyteller, songwriter, all kind of thing he is. A rapso man at the end of the day. Good morning, Mr. Manwaran.
Good morning. Yes, I've been on my rapso man hat this morning.
Yeah,
good morning,
man.
TNT. Good morning, everybody out there. Morning, rockers.
All right. So, well, of course, firstly, condolences. I know that Resistance, you and him, I mean, you all worked together for several years, and you all were friends.
Yeah, several years, long time.
Tell me about how that relationship started.
Well, to be honest, well, first of all, I want to extend my sincerest condolences to the family as well. Apart from the broader rapso fraternity and the cultural community and Trinidad and Tobago, just to the family, sincerest condolences. I know this is a big loss. To be honest, I can't tell you exactly when and where I first met Resistance. I mean, they were in the cultural sphere and kind of bouncing up from time to time. But my real first experience of dealing with Resistance and seeing his power as a mentor was when we first started our Juve band. It was a very small Juve band. We didn't have no fancy means of promoting the band or anything. I used to put up a mural on Track Creek Road. But one of the things we did was I would write, trying to explain what the vibes of the band is. And we packaged that in a little folder and was distributing it one time. And he asked if I gave him one. He asked if I'd written it. I said yes. And he said, well, this is rapso. And coming from Brother Resistance, that was a huge endorsement. So that planted something in my head. And then Corrigan Mandela, who was always there with him, would be like, yeah, and you know the man had the voice, he had the tone. So that was an idea planted in my head somewhere around 1995. And we didn't record our first song until about 1996, because from that period, I had started to explore writing, hooked up with Stanton. Stanton was a prolific writer. And before we even got the chance to record our own song, we ended up in studio with Resistance singing background, and that was a huge learning experience. So it was hands-on from that point on. And then when we signed to the Rituals label, he was, of course, the big artist on the label, him along with Andrew Tamka and Kim Fred and all these people that we looked up to. So we thought, well, okay, this seemed like a good place for us to take up residence. And he was the big brother in the camp. Everybody knew from him. Everybody was informed by just by his presence, really, because he didn't say a lot.
So it's interesting. He's a man that you would just walk in the room and everybody would automatically pay attention and, just learn from him, like you're saying. What are some of the things that he would have taught you along the years?
Well, and I have to say this is by example, because, as I say, he was a man of very few words, which actually was where a lot of his power was. He was smiling a lot. He was silent a lot. But I got involved working with the rapso fraternity at the time as a tutor, helping them with performance, because I was just coming off being an actor. And I was helping them with the voice projection and things like that. But of course, these things don't work one way. While I was helping them, I was also learning how to involve flows and rhythm and pattern and style and how much things to bar and all that kind of thing. So it was a definite immersive learning experience. But the thing that I got from Resistance more than anything was how encouraging he was of anybody that wanted to step into the arena, and how it was enough that you tried and tried hard. He didn't try to break your spirit and say that's not it or don't do this or things of that nature. So that sort of gentle nudging, that sense of, well, there's this icon who's always present, not saying much, but we have to live up to what he embodies. That's what I took from Resistance in those early days. And then,
go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Watching his career and the trajectory of his career, I knew that that's the kind of zone we wanted to be in because, you know, we fell under the Rapso banner. But when we came through, the success took us into the soca arena and we were on the soca train for a couple of years. But I was really interested in that career that he had carved out, touring Europe and places far flung for a couple of years.
Yeah, man. They say, well, as Stanton saying this song, right? Resistance is the father, and I am the son.
And even a Rapso, thy kingdom come.
Yeah, man. And, you know, along the way, you guys had a song together with Fear and Lions, Judgment Day. In that stage of both of your careers, you know, you would have been cemented in this thing and doing this thing for a while. What was that experience like recording as you know, mutual artists rather than you doing backgrounds for him at that point?
Yeah. Well, that was a joy. That was a joy. And to work with Feyan, Bunji, and Resistance on one track, that was a big thing, you know. We never took for granted our entry into this music scene. So the more you were endorsed and encouraged by those who you looked up to and admired, the more, you know, you felt validated and, you know, felt that you belong. That song, I remember the session in particular that night up by Johan, who's in Santa Cruz there. And Resistance, once again, just so quiet, sit down in the studio. You don't know if you make her fall asleep a little bit, then you get up and he just started to do his thing. And from the time he started to do his thing, everybody got involved because he was so iconic, his voice was so iconic, his vibe was so iconic. And, you know, we had already been there behind him, supporting him. So from the time he started, he was there. You know, Resistance was solid. And that's a kind of solidity that you don't see a lot these days.
How do we get that back? Is there any hope for us to get it back?
Yeah, we work on it. We recognize it as missing and we work on it. You know, we recognize. I think these things are solvable if we focus on them in a conscious way and give them the attention they deserve. Yeah. And especially with the intangible things, because those are the things that tend to slip away faster than you could take account for. So, as I say, when I look at him now in reflection, we think of Resistance. He wasn't loud, he wasn't brash, he wasn't pushy, he wasn't bombastic, he was just quiet. And that had a power.
Yeah.
And, you know, the more I think about that, the more I think that was the power. Man was just so quiet. And, I mean, I don't think I ever see him vexed. I mean, yeah, but not like how people get vexed and you rant and rave and carry on, you know. I think you would know if you incurred his ire. But it didn't come with no set of fire. You know?
Yeah. Nice.
So,
all right. Well, Wendell, thank you so much for joining us this morning, checking in and you know, sharing your experiences with Resistance. Really appreciate the time.
Yeah, man. Give thanks for the opportunity. It's always good to, you know, pay tribute to people who have informed you and informed your life and informed the space that we're a part of.
Definitely.
And I tell people Resistance is definitely a part of our DNA, thanks to TTT. More than the radio, because all these videos would show on TTT, particularly Mother Earth.
Mother Earth every morning.
So that's one way that you can start fixing things. Start to just show video in between.
Yeah, man. Well, we're doing that. We play music and show you videos. We do we thing.
That is all. You keep doing the work.
Yeah, man.
I'll do that continue, my brother.
Indeed. Thank you so much for joining me today, Wendell.
Respect.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and come back with more Inside the Now Morning Show. That's Wendell Manwaring from Tricanal. Just paying tribute to Brother Resistance, you know, as we continue to remember him right here on the Now Morning Show. Stay tuned. We have so much more coming up.